exciting times at Auto Expo 2016, and I think some amazing products have launched at 2016 by all the global players and also the Indian OEMs. So I think what I was really excited was to see how ANSYS is adding value to all these global OEMs and Indian OEMs. And I think what I would like to relate for the next few minutes is how ANSYS is adding value and what they are doing differently and what are the market drivers. They are very clearly, if you see all the product launched by all these commercial vehicle OEMs, is very clearly that they are launched their products based on some market drivers. And these guys are designing their new products, which you saw in the Auto Expo, is directly linked to the market, some of the market drivers. And what are these market drivers? And I think these kind of market drivers are quite specific and kind of unique to auto and especially the commercial vehicles industry. So I think the first very clear market driver is the the fuel economy and the emission norms. And I think we all know, we don't have to take many city stories, but look at just Beijing and Delhi, and I think this kind of phenomena of global pollution will get worse and worse. And I think all the countries are trying to come out with stricter and stricter emission norms. India should soon be on Euro 6. How a company like ANSYS is adding value in all these market drivers. So let's take the first one, fuel economy. Now basically you will first think if you want to reduce and improve the fuel economy, there is a very basic thing is, okay, you will look into your aerodynamics of your commercial vehicle. And I think you will always try to, between styling and the drag, you will always try to balance it. And again, I think as you can see, all the OEMs which are here in today in the Auto Expo are directly or indirectly using this one of the main functionality of ANSYS to improve the aerodynamics. Again, I think a lot of new products launched by the global players, including Tata Motors on hybrid and electric vehicles. And very clearly, ANSYS is the golden standard over here. And actually, if you look at it, the hybrid and electric vehicle is not so easy. It's a little bit complex process, because you're not just now talking of single physics. A kind of a battery pack involves a kind of integration with the entire ecosystem of the commercial vehicle, and where you have to take care of all kind of analysis, whether it is structural, thermal, or fluids, electromagnetics. And I think, and plus you to drive all this kind of battery pack, you have embedded software. So you can imagine you are not just now dealing with one physics simulation, we are dealing with a lot of multi-physics. And very clearly, ANSYS is a golden standard when it comes to all this hybrid vehicle and electric vehicle worldwide is concerned. So all the products which you see globally, they are mostly using ANSYS solutions. So the second driver was demand for enhanced passenger experience. And today we can't, the OEMs cannot take even the truck driver for granted, and more importantly the passenger if it is there in the bus. So kind of EMI/MC plays a very important role, and the safety of the passenger and truck driver, because of various electronic interference, is very important. And I think all OEMs have to take care of ISO standard over here. And this is a very good example of Volvo truck and a bus where the full EMI/MC test is done, including all the wire harnessing and ECUs. So you can see how well for the entire truck ANSYS simulation is used. Also maybe if you want to kind of optimize a placement of an electronic device in your commercial vehicle, where is the exactly which is the best location to fit is another example of it. When we talk about the other driver of the competition, one of the things which we have to take care is you have to be first time right. And Cummins is a great example. Cummins talks about and uses simulation, and they call it analysis-led design. So if they want to kind of be, for all their product launches, be first time right, what they do is they kind of use ANSYS simulation very early in the design cycle time, and this allows them to kind of do a lot of analysis upfront and avoid multiple errors which can happen very late in the design cycle. So it's very early in the design cycle. You kind of use simulation and kind of do all those simulations in such a way that when you finish the entire product development, the product which comes out in the market is first time right. Yeah, this is another way how the commercial vehicles and some of the OEMs are using simulation to kind of beat the competition. The next market driver we saw is warranty expenses and claims, and I think this is a big one because the CEOs and the CFOs of all the commercial vehicles are looking for not only top line growth but bottom line is very important, and I think warranty claims and expenses really hit the bottom line of commercial vehicles big time. So I think nobody would like to have recalls. As you know, some of the OEMs had some very expensive recalls. There can be a lot of brake squeal issues, and it is very important to kind of predict and kind of detect all these issues very early. So NVH is a very important thing, and I think ANSYS plays a great role. This is another example with TRW, how it works with different commercial vehicle OEMs to kind of take care of NVH issues. Why ANSYS? I think if you look at the simulation market space, there are different vendors, and I think different vendors, each is having its niche and uniqueness in different physics, whether it is, they may be niche in structure, they may be good in fluids, and they may be good in electromagnetics, but there is not a single company in the simulation market which gives all these solutions today in an integrated platform as a system. And I think today when you're talking about a simulation of an entire commercial vehicle, you don't want to just do kind of simulation at a component level. You want to do that component level plus multi-physics is involved. Today's products are not just mechanical, a lot of electronics and embedded software is there in each of the commercial vehicle. And when you want to do a system level analysis, then ANSYS and all this in an integrated platform, then ANSYS is the only solution in the simulation space which provides this. And I think this is very clear a competitive advantage which we have. Is ANSYS ready to kind of serve the Indian market and help the commercial vehicle become more competitive and globally competitive and help them to come out with new products? Of course, yes. And why? And very clearly, as we saw with our world-class experience with best-in-class companies and the kind of product portfolio we have, I think ANSYS is a very best equipped to help the Indian auto OEMs and commercial vehicle. And I think I'm very excited being an Indian that some of the new initiative by our government like Make in India and some of the automotive mission plan is very ambitious about automotive industry. And I think we want to be a trusted advisor and a true partner to commercial vehicle industry in India. Thank you very much.